Hey there, welcome to day 231 of our Let's Grow annual challenge. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. And of course, we're working on confidence growth. We're continuing the entire month. We're focusing on our confidence growing, becoming more confident, being more self-aware, understanding that no matter what comes our way, we're going to figure it out and we can deal with it. Today's topic with respect to confidence is a solution focus. Now, we all know people that will complain and you know what, and moan about a problem, and they'll stay on the problem, sometimes ad nauseum. They'll go on and on about, ain't it awful, it's so terrible, this is so crazy, I don't know what to do, and they just focus in on the problem. And the longer we focus on a problem, the longer we have that problem, because it just keeps going around and around, and it sticks with us until we say, wait a minute, there are things I can do, I can find a solution for this. And once we believe that and start focusing on what is possible, what can we do versus what we can't do, as long as we're stuck in that problem loop, we're focusing on what we can't do. And thanks to my late father, he taught my sisters and I when we were little girls that there's no such thing as can't. And that translated into me in the belief of there's always a way, there's always a solution, there's always a way to figure things out, no matter how grim a situation might seem at the time. There's always another way of looking at it, and there's always a way to solve that challenge or that situation. So I'm going to quickly share 4 ways that we can go from a problem-focused mindset to a solution-focused mindset. I want you to try this on for size today. I guarantee probably something will challenge you or come up today that irritates you. And instead of focusing on that, what the problem is, how it irritates you, think about and apply these things and see if you can't focus on the solution. And by doing that, share in the comments below how that makes you feel and how much faster you get out of the problem and into solution. We've got Michelle's story in Guide 2 of the Let's Grow Annual Challenge private Facebook group page, so you can check that out. It talks a little bit more about this topic, about solution-focused mindset and things. But 4 ways, and I'm going to share, actually, this is a graphic that I share usually when I talk about, do you know what you want? Well, sometimes the fastest way to figure out what we want is to focus on what we don't want, make a big list of those, and take the opposite of that to turn it into what we do want. And then by focusing, visualizing, affirming, reciting, and writing it down, that's how we get what we want. The same is true of solutions to problems or challenges that come our way. First thing we want to do is we want to reframe the challenge, the problem, the setback, the obstacle, and find the opportunity in it, because everything that comes our way, every challenge we have, every frustration, every flat tire, every time we wake up late, all of it is to test us and show us something about ourselves. And so if we can reframe and look for the opportunity, the lesson in that, then we will get solutions and come to conclusions that are better for us faster than if we're focusing on, oh my gosh, I woke up late, I stubbed my toe, yada, yada, yada. We want to break our problems down into smaller bite-sized pieces. Sometimes we are grandizing and we make a problem bigger than it is, and it's like end of the world. This happened, so it's the end of the world. I lost my job, it's the end of the world. I got a diagnosis, it's the end of the world. I had a sudden cardiac arrest and died, it's the end of the world. No, it's not. It's the beginning of what else is possible. It's the beginning of what can I do, not what I can't do. And I've learned over decades of practice and experience that if I focus on what I can control and the things that I can't control, I don't worry about them, because no matter how much I worry about them, that's not going to make them go away or make them better. So if I focus on the things, and that's our 3rd step, focus on the things you can control, because those are the variables that you have direct influence and a possibility of impacting. And those are the solutions that you can implement yourself. And those are the fastest, easiest ways to get from problem to solution. And finally, celebrate the small wins. Break it down into smaller little problems and pieces. And as a aside, I want to add, make sure you're looking for and solving the root cause of the problem. One of the most common mistakes I've seen in my life and in businesses and in corporations and in the businesses that I work with nowadays is they're actually solving the wrong problem. They're working on symptoms of the problem. you ever gone to the doctor and you tell them all your symptoms, and so then they do things to get rid of the symptoms, but they don't look into and find out, well, what's really causing all of these symptoms, because it could be two entirely different things. And if we don't solve the root cause of the problem, if we don't solve and find the root cause of the illness or the disease, and we're curing all the symptoms, you can cure all the symptoms or mask all the symptoms with different protocols and medications and treatments. But if it's not the root cause that's causing all the problems in the first place, it's just going to keep coming up again and again in different ways, sometimes uglier than the first time it came up. I think of the challenges with my eyes and over my lifetime, and challenges I had when I was younger, a lot of kidney and arthritis problems. And one of my biggest challenges was back when doctors didn't get together and talk to one another. They didn't have computer systems to share notes. And so each different symptom that you had, or each different organ that had a challenge, went to a different specialist, and they never talked to each other. And so I ended up sicker and in pain and messed up for a lot longer than I would have had it happen now, where they have a more team approach, where different specialties actually interact and talk to one another to solve the root cause of the problem. If it's inflammation, that's different than if it's kidney disease, than if it's lupus, etc. They all have different protocols now. Anyway, I'm digressing. So action item today. When a problem comes up today, and I must say, I think every day we have little problems and big problems, look at it and see how quickly you can get from focusing on the problem to thinking about solutions, and then immediately implementing one of the things that will help to alleviate the problem. It doesn't have to solve the entire problem with one action, because it usually doesn't. The bigger the problem, usually the more steps it takes to actually focus on solutions and fix that problem or that challenge. But it's absolutely positively doable. Again, there's no such thing as can't. We can figure it out. If you need help with this, if you have a little problem you want to just run through and chat with, and we can see how we could reframe it, how we can focus on what you can control, how we can break it into little pieces, ask in the comments below for help. That's what we're here for, is to help one another to implement these different tools and strategies that we talk about. All right, any questions, ask me. Otherwise, have a fantastic day, and I'll, of course, be with you tomorrow with another confidence growth related topic. Have a great day.